In a quiet coastal town named Dunbridge, there was a popular beach where locals and tourists alike would flock, especially during summer. Over the years, stories have been passed down from generation to generation about magical artifacts found there, but many dismiss these tales as mere folklore. Emma, a local resident of Dunbridge, was quite familiar with these stories. She was a historian and loved diving deep into tales from the past. But even she found it hard to believe that magic truly existed. While Emma was taking her routine walk along the shoreline, she noticed something shimmering half buried in the sand. She reached down to uncover a beautiful ornate lamp. The lamp was unlike anything Emma had seen before. Remembering tales of genies and magical lamps, she chuckled to herself thinking, "What if?" and gave it a good rub. To her astonishment, a whirlwind of smoke burst forth, and before her stood a tall, majestic genie. He looked quite modern, wearing a suit instead of traditional robes, and carried a briefcase. Caught off guard, Emma took a few steps back but quickly regained her composure. "You are a genie?" she asked. The genie stretched his limbs, yawned, and replied, "Indeed, I am. But I'm a bit different from what old tales might suggest. Times have changed, you know." Intrigued, Emma decided to play along. "So, do I get 3 wishes?" "Well, it used to be 3, but due to the economic downturn, inflation, globalization, and other modern challenges, I can only grant 1 wish. But before you make a wish, let me explain some rules." He pulled out a hefty manual from his briefcase titled Genie Services and Guidelines. Over the next few hours, the genie explained the nuances and limitations of wish-making. There were several chapters dedicated to the do's and don'ts, the complications that might arise, and the after-effects of wishes. Emma listened patiently, occasionally interjecting with questions. After what felt like an eternity, the genie closed the manual and asked, "So, have you decided on your wish?" Emma nodded. She took out a folded map from her bag and spread it out on the sand. The map highlighted countries in the Middle East. She said, "More than anything, I wish for peace in this region. These countries, these people, have been in conflict for so long. I want them to coexist harmoniously." The genie studied the map carefully, tracing the borders with his fingers. He then looked up at Emma with a troubled expression. This is a monumental task. These lands have seen conflicts, wars, and rivalries spanning thousands of years. The intricacies, the politics, the history, it's overwhelmingly complex. Even with my power, I'm not sure if I can achieve such a feat." Emma, although disappointed, understood the challenge. She sat down in the sand, deep in thought. After a long pause, she said, "All right. If not that, then something personal. Throughout my life, I've struggled to find the right partner. Someone caring, fun-loving, who enjoys cooking and doesn't mind doing household chores. Someone who's passionate, gets along with my family, doesn't remain glued to sports channels, and above all, remains loyal and faithful. That's my wish. A perfect partner." The genie sighed deeply, rubbed his temples, and said, "Could you pass me that map again?"